Hi, my name is Tom, and this is some Kill Confirmed on Outpost. This is the next episode in How I Met Melinders. The last time I did this, I think it was actually like a month ago, I left off where I had met Catherine, and I had tried to stress how poorly I had taken my breakup with Lily. Catherine and I will kind of set the bar a little higher on how bad a breakup can go. But before I get into that, Catherine and I met, I think at a photo exhibit, because we were both art students at the college that I went to, and we had a lot of mutual friends. So I saw her a lot at shows and different parties, but yeah, I wasn't really that close with her at first. After Lily, I kind of went through this madman summer. That's kind of what I call it, where I just, I went out a lot and stayed out a lot. I usually didn't make it home, and I was kind of willing to try or do anything, which to some degree, as long as you make sure. The one thing that I think should be the litmus test to a yes man moment in your life is if it's fatal, don't do it. That should always be a no man kind of attitude approach there. But if it's not fatal, or at least if you're like a good 95% sure that it's not, give it a shot. If at one point everyone should, I feel, go through this. I don't know. I really learned a lot, and I don't regret going through that period of my life. I had some really amazing experiences, and some that I found out for myself why necessarily I might not want to try and ingest certain things or or do certain things. And over that summer, I met a lot of girls, including Catherine, and I met a lot of important friends to me now, actually. Coming out of that summer into the school year, I met Philip, who's one of my best friends today. He's actually like family to me. And I don't know, that summer really shaped, a lot of who I am today. A lot of that has been kind of molded and on and blah, blah, blah about growing up and figuring things out. And I'm starting to really think that you never do. You start to figure out kind of shit that you really just don't want to deal with or take in your life. But, as for the growing up in wisdom, I'm trying to really get used to the fact that I'm going to make some big-ass mistakes and still get frustrated and nerd rage over things over video games and nerd rage over things in life that, really get on my nerves. And it usually involves relationships with people and self-esteem, which is the odd thing about revisiting these girls is a lot of my problems in these relationships was self-esteem. I had, very low self-esteem at times. I couldn't really deal with, I didn't really like myself. And if you don't like yourself, it's very hard to love another person. Not to mention, I was dating fucking crazy girls at the time. Catherine, I don't really talk to her, and I highly doubt that she would ever see this video. So I feel I can comfortably come out and say that Catherine was batshit crazy. It was a pure decision based on looks. I was very physically attracted to her, and we had a lot of trivial things in common, and so that made for a really good time. But anything on an emotional level that you really need in a relationship, that kind of support and trust that you can build that on, that lacked entirely. And so maybe to save you a couple steps, I might recommend going a different route on picking someone based off of just your physical your wants and desires, because I've done that, and the kind of emotional roller coaster and sometimes just the misery that can come out of a relationship like that, I don't know. Maybe the learning experience was worth it, but this was one of the ones where, man, I felt down and out after we broke up. We worked together in this photo lab, and I don't know, the relationships are whirlwind. A lot of it was purely physical, which, everyone enjoys, at a certain time, if you're both looking for that. The problem was I don't think we both knew that that's what it was, and we tried to convince ourselves that it was something deep and meaningful. And then both of our, we both went neurotic at the same time, and I had a hard time dealing with the things that I don't know, kind of set her off because it started to make me lonely. She went crazy in very public places, and I wouldn't know how to handle it. I wouldn't know how to handle my reaction, which was usually just to pretend like it wasn't happening. And when your friends can see that you're fucking miserable, and you can see that your friends can see this misery in you, it's very, God, it's hard to deal with. You know, I am never wanting to revisit that point in my life. You know, it's one thing that I will never miss about, I guess the whole non-serious side of relationships is just, it's when it goes fucking wrong, it can go horribly fucking wrong. Sorry for a lot of the use of the F words. I'm you know, I'm in that mood today, and I kind of got a foul mouth. So if that offends you, I'm sorry. But you know, it built and it built, and I realize here that I make several key mistakes. I date a girl that I have a lot of classes with. I date a girl that I work with, and we start to get sick of each other, and suddenly, when shit hits the fan, there is no place to escape. And so in the breakup, we share a lot of mutual friends that now we kind of tear apart because they don't know who to side with. It's one of those things where, you know, if I could ever give advice in a breakup, it's once you're broken up, say fuck it and walk away, you know. And you can do it like a gentleman, but I'm speaking very generally that when it's over, realize it's over and there's no going back. You know, even if you think there's a second chance, I almost hesitate to encourage you in that, because if things weren't good enough the first time, one of you will always wonder about that. And every time that I've tried to like recapture or convince or something like that, if you have to beg, plead, cajole, convince, or wonder, you know, it probably shouldn't be done. And you'll kind of see this pattern start to emerge, because Catherine and I have this rip-roaring breakup, which is looking like I won't really have time to get into. But I'll kind of start in that we break up, it goes kind of catastrophic. I'm speeding things along here. And it gets even worse because we have a mutual friend die. My friend Dante, he died of a heart attack shortly after Catherine and I break up. And at his wake, oddly enough, and I promise you, not my fault at all, things go horribly awry. And that's the video, guys. I'm going to have to leave it there. I'll explain more, but don't date crazy people. And when it's over, fold your hands up and walk away. I think those were the two major points that I was trying to make with this one. But I hope you guys are having a great week. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I've had a really weird week. I'm kind of in a weird mood. And I'm hoping that this weekend I kind of get back in the swing of things. But I hope you guys are having a great week. I really appreciate you guys watching this and commenting, and those of you that rate the videos. You know, I can't thank you enough. But I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great weekend, guys.